Hey you guys, I'm here today to do a video, but I'm not gonna really do a chat or a conversation. I wanted to do a bit of spell work. I guess you could say more along the lines of energy work. I understand that, anytime we do any type of energy work or spell work here, it's a bit different because unfortunately, I'm here and you guys are there and we have a screen in between us. But with our energy work and spell work, the number one factor in it all is our intention. And as long as we have that intention there, our work is valid, our work is pure, and our work is going to bring about positive results. So, before I get sidetracked any further, I just want to go ahead and explain to you what I wanted to do with you today. I wanted to do a bit of cord cutting, and I guess you could call this a cord cutting ritual, but like I said, unfortunately, we have to tweak it a bit, and that's okay. Our spell work, our energy work, anything that we do, we have to make it our own in order for it to work and to work, to the best of our ability, of its ability. And we can do any type of work, and we can use, spells that we create, on our own. We can use spells out of books. We can use spells that we pull offline. And all of that's okay. And all of that will bring about positive results. But in my opinion, the things that we create from, the heart, things that we create using our own emotions and our own energy, we put our own thought. And that saying, whenever they say blood, sweat, and tears, when we put a bit of ourself in there, our own essence, it makes it ours, it makes it more powerful. And I'm hoping that you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say, that I think with this cord cutting ritual that we're getting ready to do, it's going to be of that same mindset, I guess you could say, because what we're doing isn't going to be, straight from the book, and it's not going to be the traditional cord cutting ritual, because if we were doing it together or in person, I guess you could say, we would actually use pieces of twine perhaps, or we would, we would take our hands and we would, hold hands, and we would do these other types of symbolism, I guess you could say, to enhance our work. But like I said, there's a screen between us, so we have to tweak it, and that's okay. So what I'm gonna do is, before I start, I'm just gonna take an incense, a vanilla incense, and cleanse our space a little bit. And I wanted to add also that anytime I do any type of spell work or energy work, and I've shared this with you guys before I do it, I always take a few minutes, at least a few minutes, to sit down and to meditate. And that helps me to center myself, to ground myself. And if there's something that I feel that the goddess wants to show me, or if she wants to push me in a particular direction, that is the time that she can do that. And I feel like right before you go to do your work, that's when your mind is more focused on what you're about to do, and your vibration level, your energy field, has been raised or is beginning to rays, and I just feel like that's a really good time to, meditate, to reach out to the goddess, to the universe, whatever energy or deities that you are, connecting with or pulling energy from, at the beginning, right before. That's always an excellent time to, you know, go ahead and connect or center yourself, or, whatever it is that you need to go ahead and do before you begin. And also in energy work, especially cord cutting, I always suggest to, anyone that I may be working with, or someone that's just, asking for any advice, I always advise them to take a spiritual bath beforehand, a cleansing bath or a cleansing shower. And it doesn't have to be anything big or elaborate. It can be something as simple as, get some rock salt. And if you're not keen on what rock salt is, in my opinion, from what I've been taught, from my grandmother over the years, rock salt is the best type of salt to use in cleansing. And what rock salt is the type of salt that you see them sell to make ice cream with, like homemade ice cream. It's the big chunkier rocks of salt. It comes in a big box most times, or a lot of times you see people use this particular type of salt on the sidewalks and the roads, and whenever it's wintertime and it's snow on the ground or it's freezing, they use this type of salt to, cut that ice to prevent it from freezing. And, like I said, you always use what you have. Your intention is what is key. If you don't have rock salt, you don't have to go out and buy it. If you just have regular table salt, use that. If you have only Himalayan salt, use that. Kosher salt, sea salt, whatever you have, that's what you can use. But just remember, your intention, that's what's key. But you can take that salt and put it in your bath. You can put it in the bottom of your shower. You can also use mint leaves, mint oil. You can use eucalyptus, like essential oil, eucalyptus oil. If you have actual eucalyptus leaves, you can add those. You can hang them in your shower and let the heat, the steam, work with them and release that smell, that essence of them. You can even use lemons, cut up a lemon, use lemon juice, use the peels of the lemons, any herb or ingredient that is known for cleansing, add that, use that. And if you have nothing at all, it doesn't have to be a physical symbolization. It can be a mental one. You can get in that bath or in that shower and just, focus and think really, really hard, and, envision yourself being cleansed. But I like to imagine that the water isn't water. It's, droplets of white cleansing light. It can be some other type of form of energy. You don't even have to actually see a mental picture. It's just the thought that that water, if you're not good at visualizing, close your eyes and just use your sense of feel. As you feel that water hitting your body and running down your body, just imagine that that water is washing away that negative energy, and think of that energy, that negative energy, as it runs down your body into the bottom of the tub and it washes down the drain. Just think of it just washing away. We're all different. we all work differently, and what works for me may not work for you. So you got to tweak things and make them your own. But I always like to do any type of cord cutting beforehand. I like to do a cleansing bath or a cleansing shower. And like I said, this is going to be not the traditional cord cutting session, but the intention is key. I always include stones, and I suggest if you have some, you should include them as well, because all stones hold different properties. But for what I'm wanting to do, we're just doing a general cord cutting. We're not like cutting ties with a specific person or place or thing. We're just more or less removing negativity from our lives. And I've simply brought a few stones, some obsidian, and I've even brought a little piece of Dalmatian jasper. But like I said, you can work with what you have. Any type of black stone is really good to use when you are trying to rid yourself of negativity. If you're trying to protect yourself of negativity, quartz, clear quartz, smoky quartz, and if you don't have a specific stone with a specific property, go through the stones that you have, and hold them, and just connect with them briefly, and just pick up on the feeling you get. If you have a piece of rose quartz, and each time you hold that rose quartz it makes you feel safe, well, that stone is providing you with protection, and that is a protective stone for you. Where in books, and most people may pick up a property of love, from that stone, but perhaps you pick up protection. And if you do, that is okay, and that is what you use that stone for, because like I keep saying, we're all different, we're all made different, we're all wired different. And there's no reason, there's no rhyme, we just are, and we just have to embrace that. We shouldn't sit and wonder why and try to figure it out, or feel like something's wrong with us, because there's not. Just embrace it. And so what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and start. I've got this intention spray, which is moon water, and it contains a clear quartz point in it, and it has some I'm a loss for words, you guys. Anyway, I made it. It'll come to me. I made this, and what I'm using this for is a form of cleansing our space, but also to incorporate a bit of protection. And once we finish, we're going to spray it again, and when we do that, we're going to use it to seal our energy field, to seal it shut, I guess you could say, the work that we've done, so nothing can escape and nothing can enter. And I'm going to go ahead and spray that now. And I spray it all around me, in my area. I spray it above my crown chakra, and don't think you're spraying too much, don't think you're spraying too little, just go with what feels right. And now, the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to do it the most simplest way I know. I've brought a piece of selenite, and just remember, when working with selenite, don't get it wet. Selenite is a cleansing stone, and this one is in the shape of a wand, and I'm going to use it to loosen the negative energy that is surrounding us, the negative energy that is attached itself to us. And once I loosen it, then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut that negativity out and simply flick it away. But as I do that, I have a few things I want to share with you, and I'm not going to, you know, drag this video out. This was meant to be a very simple video, and I have to, you know, life is going on. I have a son, my oldest son, who is celebrating a birthday today, and I am going to spend time with him, but I just felt that after this was suggested to me last week that I really, really should, you know, touch on it. So here we go. I'm just simply going to go in there and loosen any negativity, any bad thoughts, any sad thoughts, anger, regret, jealousy. And as I do this, you know, I'm just going to reach in there and loosen it up and pull the knots and the pieces that are in there that are just, you know, not serving us any type of good at all. They're just clogging, and they're causing us to be weighed down. And, you know, normally when I do this and I'm working alone, I'll sit in front of the mirror, and, you know, as you know, you can use your mirror as a portal. You can use it as a portal to many other realms, but I use it as a portal into an energetic realm. I use it as a way to look upon myself, to look into my own aura. And now that we've loosened a little bit, we're just gonna pull some of this up and cut it. And, you know, as you do this, you've got to remember that you're doing this for a purpose. We're not just doing this because we want to play a game or we're feeling like children, and, you know, we're doing this as a form of self-reflection. We're doing this as a way to cleanse negativity from our life, present, past, and possibly things that may be coming in for future. But you know, I suggest doing cord cutting along with, you know, shadow work, because more or less, you know, cord cutting, you're trying to take something out of your life that is not working. You're trying to get rid of something negative or someone, and it doesn't necessarily have to be what you would call a bad thing, but it's something that seems to be bad for you, something or someone that seems to be toxic or negative for you. For instance, you know, a couple, two people, they may both be very good people. They may have, you know, so much love for each other, but for whatever reason, when they're together, it doesn't come out in a positive, you know, a positive, what word am I looking for, you guys? Help. It doesn't come out as positivity, period. You know, sometimes they may be, you know, they're not compatible because of their birth signs. They may be too much alike. They may be too much different. Maybe, you know, they're just not meant for that particular type of relationship. Maybe they're just meant to be friends rather than lovers, or, you know, involved romantically. You know, everyone and every situation is different. And just because you are cutting something out of your life and removing it, like I said, it doesn't make it bad. It just means it's not working for you. It's not working in your life. And there's nothing wrong with starting over. When you're a kid and you're playing and you mess up and you catch yourself, you're playing a game or you're making something and you make a little mistake and you're like, man, I messed up. If I could just start over. And then what do? We all say, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me try again. Let me start over. And I know you can't start over with every aspect of life, but the things that you can start anew and you can go back and fix them, there's nothing wrong with going back and fixing them. I just remember as a kid, my grandmother used to tell me, when we mess up and we make a mistake, don't dwell on it as a mistake. Just know that you did something and you did it wrong. It didn't work, but it wasn't necessarily a mistake. It was a lesson. It was a learning lesson. You did it. You didn't do it right, but you had enough of sense to see that what you did wasn't the way it was supposed to be done. So what do? You set aside your pride, you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you go and you do it again, but this time you do it better. And by doing it better, you're gonna do it right. And just because it's right for you, it doesn't mean it's right for me. We're all different, and that's just the way we are. That's the way that God has made us. There's no reason, there's no rhyme. Don't dwell on it. Don't try to figure it out. Just know if something's not working for you, it's okay to cut it out your life and get rid of it and start anew. And that's simply what this little exercise we're doing is symbolizing. That sometimes we let things come into our life that doesn't work for us and ends up being a negative thing, a negative experience. And rather than dwelling on it, becoming depressed or sad, angry, or feeling jealousy because you're experiencing this and they're not, we're not going to do that. We're just going to simply remove it from our path, clear the debris away, and start over. And this time when we do it, we'll do it right because we are learning from our mistakes. We're learning from, our past. And that's not a mistake, you guys. That's a lesson. And I just hope that, I know it's rushed and it's, not by the book, but I hope you see what I'm trying to say. I hope you understand that what I'm trying to share with you is that in cord cutting and energetic work, and we're not going to always do it right. We're not always going to come out, on top, and that's okay. When things don't agree with us, when things don't work for us, we just simply remove those things, clear the debris away, and start over fresh. And I hope something I said resonates with someone out there. And as always, if you believe, you will receive. Much love, you guys. Bye-bye.